Hi, I'm Paul Ferranbi, aka IncrediPaul, and welcome to 6 Minute Saturdays, a shorter form of the podcast where I dive deeper into specific leadership, business, and career topics. So, last week I talked about resilience. I shared the first 4 steps. So, if you have not watched that or listened to it, go back and listen to it. Quickly share the first 4 steps is rejection is inevitable. You evaluate the mistake or failure. Surround yourself with the right people. And then the fourth step, invigorate yourself with the goals you've set. Those are the first 4 steps to really building resilience. But I want to close it out, get to the next 6 steps. Got this. So after you set goals and know what you're doing, leverage the small wins first. And this part of the whole process is really what I struggle with the most as far as leveraging small wins. So something I'm always consistently working on. My wife helps me with this. I have family that talks to me about this. But you need to get momentum as far as what you're accomplishing and what you're doing. It's really easy to get caught up in destination disease, as John Maxwell calls it, or not understanding that the journey can lead you to success. But leveraging the small wins is going to get you to your big wins. So learning to celebrate those wins, however you want. I wouldn't say go crazy and just stop doing everything, but celebrate them in some way. Next step is to inspire yourself with a plan moving forward. So you have your goals, but now you need your plan. So as far as how are you actually going to get to those small wins and continue to progress, as far as those gate checks or checkpoints, what are you going to do to keep moving forward? And you can come with a timeline as well at this point. The timeline may flex a little depending on whether what you're trying to do. You may not understand what the timeline actually looks like, but having a plan moving forward, step by step, what you're going to do. Step 7 is execute the plan. So that's the E. Should have mentioned, I mentioned on the last one, if you haven't watched or listened to it, but on this one, each of the steps start with a letter that spell out resilience. So up to step 7, execute the plan. You could have the best plan in the world, foolproof plan, but if you don't execute it, it's worthless. It means nothing. So after you have the plan, let's execute on. Let's do what we need to do to get done. And here's where discipline definitely comes in. As far as discipline is doing what you need to do, even when you don't feel like it. And one key thing that can help you and be more disciplined is to try to discover your why. Having multiple whys is helpful. So why are you doing this? What is keeping you motivated? If your why is just to make money, what if you're not making money? Are you going to keep doing it, or other priorities come up? Determining your why is going to help you long term and sustain you for sure. Next step is step 8. It's the N. Never say never. Even though I just said it twice there. Shout out to Justin Bieber. Anyway, you don't want to speak negatively about your situation. This is all about self-talk, what you're saying to yourself, what others might be saying to you as well. So that's why I had it all the way in step 3 that we talked about last time about surrounding yourself with the right people. It's so critical because of what people are speaking into and what you're saying to yourself. So one thing to keep in mind is that it doesn't matter what people are saying to you, it's what you're saying to yourself. So you definitely want to control what people are around you, because what other people are saying to you might eventually get in you. But you also have to be very intentional about what you're saying, whether it's in daily affirmations or you have a grateful list or whatever you're doing to make sure that you're staying positive and not being toxic positivity, but making sure that you understand what you can do and frame it in the lens of that you're growing from it, not something that's final. Next step is step 9, choose your next opportunity. So what are you going to do next? As far as the job you're going after, is it an opportunity, a business venture, whatever it is, choose what you're going to do next. And the final step is expect to succeed next time. So that really goes along with what you're thinking about yourself in a self-talk, but really expecting to succeed. We can do all this stuff, and then in the back of your mind, you're thinking, oh, it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Really expecting to succeed. So those are the 10 steps. Rejection is inevitable. Evaluate the mistake or failure. Surround yourself with the right people. Invigorate yourself with the goals you've set. Leverage small wins first. Inspire yourself with a plan moving forward. Execute the plan. Never say never. Choose your next opportunity and expect to succeed next time. So I have a podcast episode that definitely goes deeper into that. I share some stories. I believe it's episode 2. You can check that out or reach out. So I've spoken about this several times. I coach people on resilience. It's something that really needs to be learned, because I know I've run into people that have been successful their whole life or really haven't tried things. And if you are in a career, or especially if you're an entrepreneur, this is really critical for you. I think on average, it says like the first 4 ventures for entrepreneurship that you try are going to fail. And the 5th one is when you're successful. Obviously, you could buck that trend and be successful right away, but you are going to fail along the way. So really keeping laser focus on what you're trying to do, understanding your why, and being disciplined in the process is going to get you to where you want to go. So that's another episode of 6 Minute Saturdays. Hope you learned something so you can keep being incredible.